don't know what this guy's doing. I assume he's going to back up. Yep. That's twice in the last few months I've been out on this road. They've had some sort of big event here out here. I guess he didn't have room to turn around there, or didn't think he did. Okay, anyway. All right, here we go. Let's see what he's doing now. Is he going to use a blinker? Is he going to do anything that I can... Okay, he's waving me on. Okay, here we go. All right, how you doing? Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we're going to be talking about putting the fire back into your riding, putting a spark back in it. You know, I mentioned this on my previous video. I'll drop a link to it, you know, up here wherever the link is, and you'll be able to see the reasons why people quit riding, and one of them is they lose their fire, they lose their spark. So what can we do to put the spark back into our riding? You know, riding a motorcycle is a lot like everything else in your life. So you can take these principles, apply them to your relationship with your spouse. You can apply them to the relationships with your children or just friends in general, or your passion for running or weightlifting or swimming or whatever it may be. Whether it's time at church, time with God, whatever it is, this will apply across the board. How to put your fire back into your riding. So we've got 6 strategies. Let's start with number 1, because that's the great place to start. All right, number 1. You ready? Should not come as a surprise. Ride regularly. You know, riding regularly allows you to stay in connection with this crazy machine, to get out and ride as often as you possibly can. And here's another one. Ride with no agenda. Don't ride with the intent of learning anything. Don't ride with the intent of filming films, making film for YouTube. You know, YouTube, 80% of my riding is not with a camera. I'm going to tell you that. It's not. I don't Instagram it. I don't Snapchat it. I don't Facebook it. I don't YouTube it. I ride because I love to ride. Put your fire back into riding by going out regularly and doing it. You know, if you were to say, honey, I love you, your wife, and you never spend time with her, and you never take her out on a date, and you never do these things because you're just too busy, I guarantee it won't take long for you to see a gap grow between the two of you. The same holds true with motorcycling. You'll feel at odds with it almost. You'll look at it in your garage with almost a resentment as it's wasting away. It is just a black hole of money that serves no purpose and no function. So to get out every day with no agenda, with no cameras, with nobody else, just you and your machine, to get out as often as you can and ride with great regularity, to keep that connection going. Very, very important. So number 1 is ride regular. All right, well, before we jump on to numero 2, I want you to do me a big favor, and that's subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and all that jazz. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So you can see we've had a mild change of venue here. So reason number 2. Number 2 is simply plan a special ride. It doesn't have to be a big ride. It could be a little ride. It could just be a special event. You know, it could be a toy run. It could be a ride on your favorite road that you may be an hour from. You know, plan a special ride. Get out and do something special. You know, I love getting on this motorcycle, and I've got a road near my home, as you know. It's called McCracken. You've heard me mention it many, many, many times. And I'm heading out the McCracken Road right now. There's just a couple of curves on it. We don't have a lot of curved roads here in North Florida. So you have to take advantage of what you've got. And so I plan these special occasions, these beautiful events where I get to go out. You know, this morning I knew it was going to be in the 60s. Well, we haven't had a morning in the 60s probably since April. And so it was one of those things where I want to get up and get moving before it gets hot. I want to get the tires warmed up, and I want to hit McCracken Road. Just a couple of passes. Just enjoy the special time. This little ride. This ride won't be an hour long. It probably won't even be 40 minutes long, and that's okay. Take those little special rides, the ones that mean something to you. It can be, you know, visiting maybe a landmark, something that you really, really enjoy going to. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, and I'm going to tell you, I don't get to ride this motorcycle near as much as I want to, but I love, 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 love it. Yes, I do. Oh, it's so beautiful. But to just do something like that where you have an opportunity to really enjoy your ride, it really is important to get out and plan those little things. It's the little things really that make such a dramatic difference. We're going to snap a U-ey. We're just going to go right back and do that again. Well, that was fun. I'm going to tell you, that was a special ride for me right there. That little bit puts my fire back into riding. So number three. And by the way, this is the second time I've recorded number 3 and number 4 because, you know, camera shut down. But you know what? I got to ride anyway. But number 3. So let's talk about number 3. Number 3, plan a big trip. Yeah, plan a big trip. Do a big trip. Now, when I say plan a big trip, I don't want you to do it the wrong way. Here's the wrong way. The wrong way is, one day I'm going to Sturgis. You're not going to go. One day I'm going to Key West. You're not going to go. One day I'm going to go ride the Needles Highway. No, you're not. November 3rd, 2023, I'm going to Key West. You will go. You will go to Key West. You'll plan your trip. You'll get ready for it. You'll plan your stops. You'll plan your starts. You'll plan your stays. You'll do all of the work around it, and it will build up a sense of excitement, something to look forward to. And I'm telling you, having something to look forward to is a very, very big deal. It really is. So make sure you not only plan your trip in your mind, you actually write it down. Write it down. Start planning it, figuring it out. All of the little subtleties associated with it. You know, Coach Vic and I, before we made our trip across this country, we used to go out every single week and ride, and our rides got longer and longer and longer every week because we knew there were going to be days that were going to be 8, 10, even 12 hours in the saddle, and we knew that those days were going to be hard if we weren't prepared for them. We had to get acclimated to riding in the heat, to be riding in the cold, to the constant buffeting of the wind, all of those things. It really is a big deal. You know, I just saw recently where Purple on 3, by the way, if you don't subscribe to Purple on 3's channel, you need to go and do that. I'll be dropping a link right up here if I can to her channel, or a card to her channel. You know, she just did the Iron Butt, man. That's awesome. That's 1,000 miles in 24 hours. You know, her and Tommy G, they've been riding, man. They've been putting in the miles. You know, I think she said there were, she, you know, jokingly said mile 1 million, you know, and it feels like it. But let me tell you, they put in a lot of big miles. And I guarantee if you were to ask her, do you think you could have just hopped on your Spyder and done 1,000 miles without all of the miles that you've been putting in? They have really built up stamina, riding stamina. It's very, very cool. So plan a trip, plan it, do it, execute it. It's gonna put your fire back in your riding. All right, I'm gonna shut this camera down. I'm going to have a cup of coffee with a buddy of mine, and then we'll pick up at number 4. All right, well, my coffee date was fun. It was good. Got to hang out with a good friend of mine. I'll be introducing him on the channel here in the future, I'm sure. Might have a few surprises up our sleeve for the future. We'll see. But we do have some things in planning mode. We'll just put it that way. But bringing us to numero 4. Quattro. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I just 4. Okay. But number 4 is one that there are kind of 2 parts to it. One of them is perform basic maintenance on your machine. You know, getting in touch with the machine, you know, learning to do things to it, to put your hands on it, whether it's an oil change or adjusting a clutch lever or a brake lever or a brake pedal or changing brake pads out. It could be any of those things, or it could be none of those things. Motorcycle maintenance, generally speaking, I would even consider washing it motorcycle maintenance. When you wash your motorcycle, you should be doing a check over, a walk around, checking every nut, every bolt, every line, making sure that everything. I can't tell you the number of things that I've found. He almost did it. I can't tell you the number of things that I have found on motorcycles. And when I was a Jeep guy, I had a Jeep. Anytime we went mudding, I would go to the car wash and pressure wash it, get all the mud off of it. And then the next day I would get out there with soap and water and really clean everything to look for anything that I might have broken while I was wheeling the Jeep, because it's very easy to break something. Well, the same holds true on a motorcycle. They're very finely tuned, finely honed machines, if you will. And you want to find things that are wrong. So washing, I would consider basic maintenance. Get out there, clean it up, enjoy the experience. It will help you connect to the motorcycle. And then part 2 of this one is not only maintain it, but accessorize it. Make it yours. Do little things. It doesn't have to be anything major. You know, on the Spyder I put on, you know, just a USB port, some lights that are on the front fenders, done some basic things, armrest, backrest, highway pegs, floorboard risers, you know, a lot of little things that made it ready, made it tour ready for Coach Vic and I. And it was a wonderful experience. It really made me feel more comfortable with the Spyder. I would type in on YouTube what are the top problems with the Spyders, and one of them was the emergency or the parking brake getting stuck, and learn how to undo that and different things. And those things are important, so it just makes you more connected to the machine, and that'll make you, you know, really on fire to ride when you're more connected to it. You want to get out there and stretch those legs, those motorcycle legs. But I do love it. I do love it. And if you're wondering, does my fire ever stop for motorcycling? You know, as much as I love doing YouTube videos, I'm gonna confess here, making YouTube videos can sometimes be a real pain in the neck. You want to do it, you want to make them because you have a connection with folks, but you also want to just ride. So for any YouTube guys that are out there right now watching this and you're going, man, you know, I don't get to ride anymore, I'm gonna recommend you turn the camera off and go for a ride. You've got time to make your videos. It's okay, it can wait. But savor the flavor when you ride. I'm telling you, I really just can't overemphasize that. But I do get tired every now and then. My bones ache, you know, my hips hurt. I've got some neuropathy in my hips and glutes, you know, where everyone basically in my family, by the time they were my age, including my sister now, they were all or are all on walkers. I'm not on a walker. I'm going to the gym every day and trying my best to delay my genetic predisposition. So I do try to savor every moment on the motorcycle. I don't want you to think that it's all glitz and glamour over here, because it's not. All right. Well, next up, number five. You know, buy yourself something. Buy yourself some cool gear. You don't have to spend an enormous amount of money. Save your money all year, though. You can do that. You can buy the helmet of your dreams. Buy something that you really, really want. Buy a pair of gloves. I love these gloves. You know, I've got Dionysies. I've got a lot of gloves. We'll just put it that way. But I always go back to these. I'll drop a link down below if you're interested. These are great, great gloves. I wear them. You see me wear them all the time. I've got Icons. I've got Dionysi, but these little Alpinestars, bang for the buck. These are my favorite pair of gloves. I wear them on the Spyder. I wear them on my sport bike, or my hooligan bike here. I wear them on my track bike. I wear them all the time. I love these gloves. They give you enough airflow to make your hands not completely, just be incinerated, and they're warm enough to where you're not freezing your bohunkus off. A bohunkus, that's a technical term for you who didn't go to med school. But go out and buy yourself something special that makes you feel good when you ride. Maybe makes you feel a little more safe, a little more competent. You know, people go, well, you know, you can't buy your riding skill. And while I agree with that, you can certainly dress the part. And when you dress the part, it changes your paradigm of what you are and who you are. Therefore, when you go out, you will learn better. Your learning curve will actually be better. This is called visualization. And by putting yourself in a position to be a motorcycle rider, you can learn to be a better motorcycle rider. You can learn to be a more passionate rider. Keep it pure. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go out and, like I said, break the piggy bank. You can buy 1 or 2 things a year, and you can feel really, really special about it. It's awesome. All right, so last but certainly not least, number 6. Share it with a friend. You know, share your riding experiences with a friend. It doesn't have to be someone that's there either. You know, if you're like me, I don't have a lot of riding friends out where I am, and most of my friends, me being my age and what I am, they don't ride and they don't want to ride. And so therefore, finding a riding buddy that wants to go when I want to go and go where I want to go and ride at the pace that I want to ride at a pace at can be very, very difficult. So how can I share it with a friend? You know, you can talk about your riding experiences with a good friend over a cup of coffee. You can share it through social media. You can share it with your loved ones, with pictures and stories. You can share it with me. I'm your internet riding buddy. Yes, I am. You can share it with me. You can leave it in the comments down below. You can share your riding experiences with me. And you know, you do that, and I'm going to tell you, I read every single comment that this channel gets. We get hundreds of comments on this channel now. It's not like in the old days where I'd get, you know, 2 comments a week and I'd be super excited. I have probably between 220 and 250 videos up, maybe even more than that at this point. I don't know. I haven't looked in a while, but it's well over 200. If half of those videos get 1 comment a day, that's over 100 comments a day. I read every single one of them. When we drop a new video, there's always between 20 and 70 based on the activity. I love reading your comments. I love reading your stories. You know, even when there's a voice of dissent, as long as it's done in a respectful way of the office chats, you know, I love all that. You guys are my riding buddies. You're my riding friends. and I connect with you guys through this lens, this little crazy little lens on these GoPros. I get to hang out with my friends, and it's really, really cool. All right, well, you know, you had number 6. Well, we gotta have a bonus. You know, you always have to have a bonus. You can't end on 6. You gotta end on lucky 7. Like, you go. I'm going that way. Thank you, sir. All right. Anyway, nice gentleman. He knows this road is a lot of riders come out here, and he didn't want to get in my way and hold me up. But number 7, just mix it up. Just mix it up. You know, if you've got more than one machine, and I am blessed to have more than one machine, I love mixing it up. There are days I go out on the Spyder for just a nice relaxing ride. This bike here, when I ride, you have to really, really focus on this machine, because if not, it'll get you. It'll get you. It has a lot more horsepower than the Spyder, and it's a lot lighter. So it will, you can get the front wheel off the ground in a scary minute, even at 40-50 miles an hour, if you pop the clutch wrong and you're moving wrong. So, but mix it up. Just mix it up. Keep it fun. Keep it fresh, because it really is important to do that. Again, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. I appreciate it. All right, well, there you have it. Another one in the books. So do me a favor till next time. You go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Now we'll see you on the road real soon. Here we go. Woo!